Sometimes when predators become too ambitious, they get a piece of their own medicine. Have you ever seen a dog attack a bull? How do you think a horse would react if it were harassed by an annoying goat? If you want to find out, stick around as we count down 18 startling moments when animals messed with the wrong prey. Number 18, bull versus dog. Dogs can be a royal pain in the butt sometimes, just like the dog in this video. That doesn't stop harassing and biting this bull's tail. When the bull gets fed up, he delivers a strong kick right into the dog's nugget and sends him flying. The dog is fine and will probably continue bugging the bull because that's the way dogs are, especially small and feisty ones like the one in the video. A dog goes after a huge bull and the bull tries to avoid conflict with the dog by jumping all over the place. It's easy to tell the bull isn't interested, but the dog insists until the bull whacks him in the head and sends him running to his master for a good cry. These little dogs are relentless when they try and harass a bull by biting its legs. The bull sends the dogs flying into the air as if they were enjoying a ride at an amusement park. I must say this is hilarious. I can't believe how high the bull is throwing these dogs into the air and they just keep coming back for more. They must be enjoying it. Number 17, dog versus bear. When a fearless dog spots a bear about to knock at the door of his neighbor's house, he charges the bear with reckless abandon, not thinking twice about it. The bear is so startled he has no clue what to do except run for his life. This was an unexpected incident to say the least. One would think the bear would attack and kill the dog, but it certainly wasn't the case. A tiny dog spots two bear cubs waiting at the bottom of the stairs and runs towards them to chase them away. The cubs are stunned and afraid and run away from the little dog. I'm just wondering where Mama Bear is with all this, because if she shows up, the tiny dog will quickly regret chasing those baby bears. These bulldogs broke through the railings of their farmer's porch to confront their guest. One might say this bear is the world's most mild-mannered black bear ever confronted. Bears never cease to amaze me. They are big and powerful and can destroy almost any animal they encounter, but they can also be afraid of a small dog. Go figure. Number 16, pelican versus capybara. Capybaras are the world's largest rodents, but this pelican is trying to grab a baby capybara, even though he's not trying very hard. Looks more like he's toying around with a young rodent. Number 15, snake versus lizard. A lizard was out for his morning jog when he was ambushed by a hungry snake. The snake grabbed the lizard and began to swallow it whole. That was some greeting to begin the day. A small snake latches onto a lizard, but what's amazing about this hunt is how the snake takes off and slithers at high speed with the lizard in its mouth. I never knew a snake could run so fast. This racehorse goanna finds out what dying feels the hard way when a snake takes his head in his mouth and swallows him whole. The snake isn't very big, so the process is slow and painful for the lizard because he's not fitting inside the snake's mouth. It's taking this snake forever to gobble up the lizard. Number 14, tiger versus dog. This has got to be one of the most shocking videos I have ever seen. Not only is this golden retriever biting and holding on to a tiger, but he's doing it all in front of a lion. The lion even sneaks behind the tiger to bite him. Unless I'm hallucinating, this is nuts. I'm thinking these animals grew up together and are friends, or else these two big cats would have swallowed the dog a long time ago. The tiger is obviously very young, and so is the lion, but they're still big and strong enough to kill the dog. They just don't have the killer instinct yet. A dog is chased by a tiger in the cold winter, and it doesn't take much time before the big feline catches up to the dog and crushes him in seconds. The tiger walks back with the dead dog in his mouth. A stray dog found itself unwittingly lost and appeared scared in the Ranthambore National Park. Seeing the jeep of the wildlife enthusiasts filming, it decided to follow them with perhaps an expectation to get out of the wild. It followed their jeep for almost a mile, even though there were other jeeps going in multiple directions. A couple of times the dog attempted to follow other jeeps, but then had second thoughts and kept following them. Unfortunately for the dog, their jeep came across a bunch of other jeeps that encountered the elusive but notorious tigress Sultana. As soon as their jeep arrived on the scene, the tigress got a whiff of the dog and sprinted out of nowhere. In a few seconds, menacingly staring at the people about a foot away from their jeep. They were scared she would attack them, but she just swerved around the jeep and pounced on the unsuspecting but terrified dog. Number 13, heron versus frog. Gray herons can swallow extremely large prey, large eels, ducks, and rabbits, for example. In this case, a large bullfrog was the prey. It took 11 minutes for the heron to swallow the bullfrog. A great blue heron in Tualatin, Oregon's Hedges Creek wetlands catches and eats a big frog whole. It's not easy for the bird at first, but it gets the job done. In this video, you will see a white heron trying to swallow a frog, but the frog does not allow the heron to swallow it and fights for his life. Another heron tries to swallow a frog in a marsh, but it's not always easy as it looks for these big birds. Number 12, lizard versus toad. A monitor lizard encounters a toad, and from the looks of it, the toad looks like he has an indigestion. His stomach is so bloated up. It's either that or he's bloating up to prevent the lizard from eating him, and it seems to be working. These two are still going at it, but things don't seem to be progressing at all. The frog is still alive, and the lizard is still trying to figure out how to eat it. Number 11, leopard versus crocodile. A leopard ambushes a mugger crocodile and is just about to deliver the fatal blow when a couple of buffaloes come running towards the cat, which causes him to lose his focus. That's when he releases the grip he has on the crocodile and loses his edge. The crocodile looks at the leopard with a big smile and wishes him better luck next time. Number 10, leopard versus porcupine. In this video, you can see how this leopard tries unsuccessfully to reach beneath the porcupine's belly and flip it over. Because the leopard's body is covered in quills, whatever the outcome of the hunt, the leopard will still suffer. The leopard, on the other hand, manages to cut into the porcupine's rear and lift it up with its paws. The porcupine is obviously in trouble now, but when you see the cat's face covered in quills, you have to wonder if the kill was worth it for the cat. How is this leopard going to get rid of these quills? What an experience and privilege it was for wildlife enthusiasts to witness a battle between a leopard and a porcupine. It took place so close to their car and happened so fast that they couldn't film it. Unfortunately for the leopard, he lost the fight and had to lick his wounds afterwards. To protect themselves, porcupines have quills mixed in with their usual hair on their backs and tails. When threatened, porcupines turn away and try to ram their quill-filled tails into their enemies. Those are pointy, short hairs that range in length from 0.5 to 4 inches. When porcupines are afraid, their quills stand up straight. They may make vocal noises or release an order to warn away predators before deploying their quills, but the quills are their main line of defense. Porcupines, despite their spiky defenses, are preyed upon by a variety of predators, including leopards. It doesn't mean that killing a porcupine is simple for the big cat. This leopard just killed a porcupine, but he will understand what the repercussions are soon enough when he finds himself with a bunch of quills stuck in his body. Number 9, hawk versus monitor lizard. Among the members of its genus, the changeable hawk eagle is the most widespread, adaptable, and abundant species. Its subspecies have a pale or dark morphs, hence the name changeable. This changeable hawk eagle catches a land monitor and tries to dismantle its prey. A hawk flew onto this large monitor lizard and went for the lizard's face, biting into it. The monitor tried moving away from the bird of prey, but it wasn't easy. Number 8, kangaroo versus snake. This is the first time I see a kangaroo being crushed by a constrictor. The kangaroo is already dead and the snake is trying to swallow it, but the way the kangaroo is made, it doesn't make it easy for the reptile to swallow it. I'm sure it will eventually manage to do so, but it will take a great amount of energy. Number 7, lion. In the Masai Mara, a lone buffalo teaches a few lions, including a male, a few facts about the art of hunting. The buffalo constantly defies the big cats by going on the offensive, not giving them the opportunity to strategize and plan a well-executed attack. I'm surprised the felines are so patient and wary of one lone buffalo. I guess they can't be too hungry. A lion pride in Kruger National Park managed to capture a lone buffalo that was resting, and even though the animal fought hard, the pride managed to subdue the buffalo within a few hours. 2 male lions attack an aggressive buffalo that doesn't allow the felines to overpower him. At some point, one of the male lions jumps on the buffalo's back, but the beastly animal fends him off. Later, a pride of lions can be seen all over a buffalo, sealing the deal. Number 6, jaguar. When it looks like this jaguar will have an easy time killing a small caiman, the caiman delivers his wrath on the jaguar, turning around and biting it viciously, sending it back into the water. A jaguar finds trouble when he's attacked by a few alligators. Instead of getting out of the water, the big cat doesn't move, and it doesn't take time for the big reptiles to inflict a lot of damage on the cat before eventually killing it. Number 5. Coyote versus otter. The river is the primary habitat of river otters. When a lake or river freezes over in the winter, they must hunt outside the water. On land, their eyes, which are designed for underwater life, are short-sighted, making it tough to catch foes like coyotes. 3 coyotes, on the other hand, pursue the mother otter and her young. The front runner races in on the youngster, but mom races in to distract the coyote, and it works. She can't match their speed, but she can outmaneuver them. When the youngster flees, mom is on her own, but she's smarter than they think. They try to surround her and sink bite after bite, but she saves her best trick for last when she disappears. She leaves a bloody trail, but that's all the coyotes get from the wily otter. This coyote walks along the frozen part of a river and encounters a couple of otters. The otters are not concerned with the coyote's presence one bit as they roll in the snow right in front of the coyote. One of the otters even jumps out of the water to chase the coyote. Who is the predator here? The coyote or the otters? In some ways, it almost looks like they're playing together. Number 4. Dog versus capybara. A dog decides to go for a swim with a bunch of capybaras. I'm not sure if the dog went in with the intent to hurt the huge rodents, but he swims back to shore after a short while. Even his owners seem to be upset with him and give him a lecture about not going into the water because it could be dangerous. Who knows what's lurking at the bottom of these waters? Number 3. Snake versus cat. This house cat got a little brave with this snake, but he could have regretted it. Watch how the snake strikes the cat and barely misses. This bobcat takes on a rattlesnake, and when it grabs it, it realizes the snake is no pushover and will not go down easily. The bobcat goes back on the offensive but drops the snake again. These two look like they're practicing for an upcoming episode of Dancing with the Stars. The cat strikes the snake and the snake lunges at the cat, making him do all sorts of pirouettes. A white cat discovers a golden tree snake and gives it a hard time. The snake tries climbing a tree to get away from the cat, but the cat doesn't let up and climbs the tree, knocking the snake back on the ground, where it pounces on it several times. A black cat lightly taps a snake to see if it's friendly, but the snake seems terrified and doesn't want anything to do with the feline. This cat is toying around with a brown snake. You can see the cat laying on its back, turning as if it was playing with the reptile, but the snake does not find it fun. Number 2. Goat versus horse. In this video, a horse wants nothing to do with this goat and tries to kick it with its hind legs several times. This small goat better be careful walking among these horses. One good kick in the noggin and the goat could be out cold. Of course, I'm saying all this for nothing because goats have a mind of their own and they won't stop at anything when they want something. The goat continues to harass the horses even if they threaten to kick it. A stubborn goat continues to chase a horse, even though the horse tries to kick it. These goats are masochists. Watch how this goat freezes when it chases a horse and the horse kicks it in the face. The goat is stunned and doesn't move, as if it's frozen in time. Number 1. Goanna versus snake. Here is a snippet of a goanna eating a dead snake in someone's backyard. The lizard went on to eat the entire snake over the course of a few hours. A goanna fights one of the deadliest and most venomous snakes in the world, an eastern brown snake. Is the lizard immune to the snake's venom? It looks like this lizard is having a great time destroying a snake on a dirt road. The snake tries to escape, but the lizard is relentless and all over the snake. A highly venomous black tiger snake takes on a sand iguana in this video. I'm guessing if these lizards can continue to fight these highly venomous snakes, they must have some sort of immunity protecting them from the snake's venom. Some of these clips were darn right funny, especially the goats being kicked in the head. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well,